Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Pay. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today I want to talk about Cat Gold Miner, which is another Telegram mini app. This one is definitely more in lines with the game. I know quite a few Web2 people who are actually playing this a fair bit and just really enjoying it as something to pass the time, not even necessarily for the play to AirDrop and all the other stuff that's going on. But they've definitely grown rather big and they always have events going on. So I wanted to bring this to you guys and give you guys some top tips because there's definitely a lot of nuances when it comes to this game. Okay, without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so first off, one thing worth mentioning is definitely make sure you're following their announcements. They have a lot of contests going on all the time. They're doing monthly play to AirDrop where they're rewarding, the token, but it's not live yet. So you're still able to earn it in these seasons. But of course, the payout is going to be later when you actually get the token. But even still, there's stuff that's going on weekly. There's stuff that's going on daily. I just noticed this is one where it's extra important to kind of pay attention to all the announcements to see what's going on. Now, as far as the game goes, I really like this. So basically, you've got a bunch of different mines, and we'll just kind of start here. You can see top left, it says mine 1. You have a elevator manager. You've got a warehouse manager. You've also got your actual mine floor managers. And then you also have your elevator guy. Now, it's important, a couple of things to note, try to level these two equally. This level here, you can see it improves your load transportation, your load, your movement, etc. But really, if you're trying to get down to further levels, this is the thing you want to focus on leveling up. And you really need to keep the other one somewhat equal, plus or minus maybe 10 levels. That's it. Now, you're going to be able to open additional floors. You can see I'm all the way down to floor 22. Really, what you're earning is going to dictate your ability to open the new floors or not. If you're like, oh, I've got higher than AJ, I could easily open the floor. That's a good time to do it. I would not recommend using your Cat GM to open floors because it does become cheap. Eventually, when you have enough mines going, you make enough, you're easily able to afford paying for that. Another thing is I like leveling up the mines from the bottom up. So obviously this is going to earn more. So for example, if I wanted to spend my gold right now, I'd start by leveling this one up. Don't miss down here where you can actually put on max. So you just hit upgrade and then I would run through kind of just going upwards, leveling everything up all the way till I get to the top. This is helping me keep a good balance. Now there's a lot in here, guys. So just kind of starting down at the very bottom, far left. Over here, this is where it also shows some of the events that are going on. There's this daily treasure, which is honestly hidden if you weren't aware of it. And it's just like Hamster Combat or those profit per hours. What I actually find is it's easier just to come in here and level up everything until I hit the daily combo, because that's just simple. It doesn't take too long because the amount of money that I'm earning versus how much this costs, it actually takes me a really long time to level these cards up. I would have to be in here for a couple hours just to get them caught up to my income. So I'm not doing that. I'm just coming in here, upgrading everything once until I get the combo, and then I move on. Because it does let me get 4 hours of income, which is very much worth it. The daily cipher, it's also really easy too. Now, the daily cipher and the combo are really easy to get. Cat Gold Miner actually has videos that show you what they are, so they're not hidden in any way. And then the cipher ends up giving you 1 hour of income. So definitely worth doing those. The shop, I would recommend picking up the cheap package if you can, because you actually get a double bonus that resets every, I believe it's 6 days, maybe a week. So if I am going to spend a little bit in here, I'll just generally grab the $1 one, get the extra 300. But now I wouldn't, because I'm not going to get that bonus for another week. Going through the quests, obviously you want to make sure you're doing these every single day. This is really how you're going to get a lot of Cat GM, which is going to help you in many different ways. There's 2 primary things you're going to need to use it for. So make sure you're going through all of these and the achievements. Actually, I skipped through that a little quickly. Let's go back there. In the achievements, make sure you scroll down because there are actually other parts too. So don't miss those. You can have some stuff hiding there. Now, next thing is you can actually hit this little button down here with the 3 cats. This brings up your mine overview. And why I like this is I can actually activate all my managers' boosts. And basically the idea is you want to be doing this as much as possible. There's an active time on the boost, and then there's also a cooldown time. So check in a half an hour later, and can do the boost again. I actually like going mine to mine to mine and activating all the boosts. You can see I have 5 mines right now. So if I just go over here, I'll basically come and do the same thing, and then I'd run through all my mines, activating all the boosts. Then I know I'm getting the most out of my production. Now just kind of going back over to this page for a second, when you get here, this is actually where you can get additional mines. Now you don't necessarily have to have it on the same mine. I could open up something down here. It's going to cost just as much as it would cost getting a new mine in this section. And as far as I know, there's only 6 that you can actually have. So like 6 slots. Then I'm going to have to actually go to another one and open it up. So good to note, you can kind of keep building in your same one. I just thought that was easier, so I did it, but it's cool how you can see this map. There is a news section, which is a really great way to stay up to speed from the announcements. I thought this was really cool. Most games don't have this. So there's just a nice kind of resource to check on the events and stuff that's going on while you're actually in the game, which is especially good if you're using your mobile phone. There's another thing, and I think we missed the guy, but there's a little dancing dude. You might have caught him when we were on the first line. Generally, he's the best use of your cat GM. So he will offer a production boost. Yeah, he's gone. But when you click on him, there's a free production boost. Oh, here he is. So there's going to be a free one and a cat GM one. I definitely use my cat GM on this. It really helps things go. And then the other thing I use my cat GM on is actually recruiting these guys. Now here's why. Look at this. I've got SR, SS, SRR, all some of the most expensive guys. I was not spending $5 or $10 to buy these. I was using my cat GM because it always stays at 500. And since it's always 500, there's a chance I can actually get red or orange guys. So that's the best use of your cat GM. It goes the same with over here. You can use the 500 and the 500, and that's how I got my SR on both of these. The only exception is this guy. So the elevator, I did purchase the $10 one because it gave me a 5.5 times transportation. This is the only one where you can't use the cat GM to roll it. But all the other ones, you can just earn the cat GM freely, get good guys that way. That's the best use of it. So really, there's another tip. You want to try to keep this equal. You want to figure out how much is being taken. Like when he comes down here, you can see he's emptying most of them. He didn't quite empty those. So now I know what the capacity is. You know, there's no need for me having a new floor. I probably can level some of these up because he can obviously take more. Now he's going to a maximum here, right? So then I know, well, if I want him to go a little further, I should probably upgrade this guy. And I would have to do it in chunks, like maybe try to get it to 610, try to get this one to 610. That's going to help me progress. Also, there's a wallet connection up here. This is good to make sure that everything's connected. There's lots of stuff going on in the friends section. There's a referral system where you get bonuses, and there's even something called a solar system. This is really interesting. It tracks a percentage of your friends. You get a reward of your friends' purchases. It also tracks some of your purchases. You can actually see here, I can withdraw 150 cat GM and $1.27. So look at this, we come over here, minimum requirement 3, minimum requirement 1.36. So it looks like I need to get a little bit more in there before I can actually pull it out. So those are the main thing to remember. Use your cat GM only on the production boost guy, as well as recruiting new miners. Definitely try to expand to as many mines as you can. Only level it up when you can afford with the gold. Don't use the cat GM here, and then make sure you're going through all the menus every day and you're taking care of all that stuff. Okay, so those are my best tips for cat gold miner. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel. Really makes a big difference. Do me a favor and smash that like button. We'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.